Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. It's the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with the host, Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, most people choose agents that they know, like a friend. They don't really have a system for selecting the best agent to handle one of their largest assets. What are some ways that a home seller can determine how to choose a real estate agent to sell their home and make sure it's a great deal?
Well, I say a lot of people either work with who they know or who they're referred to. And, I respect their loyalty, but selling a home is a little bit different than the buyer side. So what happens is a lot of sellers go, oh, well, that person sold me the home and I liked him and I'll go back to them, which is fine. But right now homes are probably sitting on the market. We have a 2 to 4 month inventory. It's still kind of teetering between a seller's market and a buyer's market right now. And so there's gonna be some time involved in most cases with selling a home. So you want somebody that's keeping you updated on what's going on. And right now, a seller's market means the seller has the advantage. A buyer's market means the buyer has the advantage. So it's kind of in between. Like I'm getting offers right now on my listings where people are asking for either price concessions or price concessions and closing cost concessions, which is basically a less than asking price offer in general, only because they think it's okay to do that. Now, it really depends on what the seller wants, right? If the seller's unwilling to do that, they don't have to take any offer. But we're kind of in between. If we see the rates drop, then what that could mean is if that buyer really liked the home and then the agent told them to suggest a super low price, then what's going to happen is, maybe they're going to walk away, but they really wanted that home. It's helpful if maybe the buyer agent population is not as educated about what the market's really doing or what similar sales are really doing, right? They're just saying, oh, it's a buyer's market and ask for the moon, So part of what we do when we help our sellers is make sure that when we're responding to these offers, that we give them, the buyer's agent, some good education about what they can expect and what the home values are in the area. Like I got an offer this morning from somebody that is from another market. So he may not know this market that well, yet they still ask for a pretty good concession. And I told him the seller wasn't really interested in below asking price offers, but he did it anyway. So now we got to either counter him or maybe they'll pivot to another house. I don't know. But if you educate them about, okay, the seller just put all this money in the home, he's not willing to go lower than asking, or what we did last week as an example, when we got a request for a bunch of repairs, the seller said, no, I'm not doing all of these repairs, some of which represented improvement. And then I educated the agent that, hey, just so you know, we turned away 4 other buyers that asked for closing cost until your offer came. And then you got some concessions, not as much as you wanted. So he's really not willing to do any more. And the buyer, once they knew that, then the buyer was like, oh, okay, this is fine. I can live with that. So right now in 3 counties, there's probably about 1,800 homes on the market at this time. And typically the inventory is going to stay low now between now and probably May. And there's less demand, of course, than there was back during the boom. We think that 2024 is going to be a little bit better year than 2023, but we had far fewer sales in 2023 than we've had in a long time. So you really need an agent that helps you get all of these things right. That means an experienced agent. And I'm not talking about years. There are agents that have been in the market, a real estate agent for 30 years, but maybe they don't sell very many homes. I'm talking about the volume of sales, the type of sales. Actually, if you look at the stats all up and down the Front Range, and I have checked this, 81% of licensed agents sell 3 or less homes a year, and more than half of them only sell one or none. And I don't even know why they keep their license, because it is kind of expensive to just be in the business and be a member of the MLS and all that. So it's so important that you hire somebody that helps you position the home to get it sold at the right price and in a reasonable amount of time. I'm not saying overnight or immediate sales necessarily. Right now, the average days on market just went down to 104 days. And we just sold a home over in the southwest part of town in 11 days because we looked at similar sales. He could have pushed the price envelope up to the similar sales are between 470 and 570. So he could have listed that home at 570, and maybe over 4 to 6 months, he might have gotten it, but he didn't want to wait that long. So he decided to price it kind of on the low side in the middle at 499. We had a good crowd, 36 people at the open house. We also had multiple showings right after that, and it sold in 11 days over full asking price. But right now, the average list price to sales price is 3%. And I've seen some buyers come in and actually ask for even more concessions than that, and they want the seller to pay for it in the term of seller paid closing cost or reduced contract price. So I think the biggest mistake that home sellers make when they're interviewing agents is maybe they hire the first agent, the only agent they know, or they don't have any predetermined method for picking an agent. Like they'll say, well, they were nice. I like them. She sold me the home. They gave me a discount. And that's not always the best solution. And just so you know, the stats right now, 80% of agents don't make it past their 5th year. And I think it's going to get worse than that right now because we're seeing far fewer sales. And a lot of people say they won't go back. Some will, but some won't go back. If they don't go back, the typical reason is poor communication. So my name is Barb Schlinker. I've been here in the industry since 1996 as a real estate agent. I am the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice, and also the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, barbhasthebuyers.com. So we're talking about what are the best things to help you choose a real estate agent. And what we're going to do to help you is we actually have a free report that you could download on our website. And this free report will give you a kind of a really good idea on some questions to ask and that kind of stuff. So if you are interested in that report, go to barbhasthebuyers.com, click on the 10 questions you should ask before you hire an agent. And, you know, people don't sell homes very often, and it's quite a process to selling a home. It's not quite the same as buying. There's a lot of things involved with it, including choosing the right agent is probably one of the more critical ones, getting it priced right, going on the market so you're not repelling buyers, you're attracting buyers. And then once you go under contract, there's a big, long service. There's lots of steps from contract to close. So you want somebody that can walk you through that entire process. And that's what we help our clients do. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com, because not every agent does the same thing. In fact, I just spoke to somebody this morning and said, oh, you guys are different. I'm like, that's true. Some agents just stick it in the MLS. We call it posting and hoping somebody else has a buyer. Some agents are good at pictures, some are not. So selecting the agent's absolutely critical. And we've got that free report for you up on barbhasthebuyers.com. Click on the green button, free reports, to get that report, the 10 questions you must ask when hiring an agent, or call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the owner proprietor of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and you can reach her at 719-301-3900. We're talking about, why do I need a well-qualified real estate agent when selling my home? So, Barb, what are some other reasons that people selling their homes need to know things in order to get a great agent?
Well, marketing is a piece of it, but it's not everything. You know, I can see why sellers think that their agents don't do anything. You know, they take some pictures, stick it in the MLS and wait. And they could do that themselves. They could stick their house on Zillow and probably get offers, right? So they don't need us for marketing. but they need us to help get the marketing right. Because we know so many buyers eliminate homes, right? So if they just take pictures with their smartphone, it may not be good enough. And the average agent actually spends less than $129 on a month on marketing altogether. And so I think it's really, really important. And pricing is probably one of the number one things that most home sellers want, is they want help from their agents in getting the home priced correctly, because nobody wants their house to sit on the market for a super long time and showing after showing and watch it get tired. And so marketing helps you get top dollar, pricing it helps you get top dollar. And that's what we do, is we make sure homes look really, really nice. And we try to avoid the elimination of buyers online. Like if you have bad marketing, as an example, here's one of my pet peeves. I don't like dish towels hanging from stoves or dishwashers. It doesn't look right in the picture. It's an easy fix. It takes 2 seconds. I also don't think closets and pantries photograph well. I don't care how neat and tidy they are. They just don't photograph well. You're better off not using. You don't have to take pictures of every nook and cranny. You want to take enough pictures to get the key rooms that look great, to get them in the door, and then surprise them when they get there with even better stuff when they arrive. So that's really, really important. How you present the home online, super, super important. And that's part of what we do. And pricing is critical. You want to attract all the buyers in the buyer population in a short amount of time. And so you can't necessarily rely on these automated valuations, because they're just averaging things around you without really knowing all the special parts of your home. And that's why we help you with 10 questions that you should ask when you hire an agent. You can get that free report up on barbhasthebuyers.com. Just click on the green button or give us a call at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker. Barb, you've got some hot new listings for us. Tell us about them.
Oh, as always, I have a great home out on Powers Road on 40 acres with a big barn, under 400,000. Beautiful home down in Fountain in the mid fours. It looks brand new. It's really pristine. A gorgeous townhome in Briargate in the low threes. It's in perfect condition. I also have a gorgeous home that's been updated with new furnace, new roof, new carpet, new flooring in the low fours. And then a beautiful home on Cunningham that has an RV plus a detached garage, a spectacular home in Glen Eagle on Palma Valley that backs to dedicated open space, and a beautiful home out on Gull Lane. This is out in Peyton on 5 acres with solar and a detached garage, plus a barn, plus a pasture. It has everything. Gorgeous home on Blue River Way in the low fours down in Fountain. This home has a 3-story, they call it a shed, but it's actually a heated, finished space, stucco building in the back. Great place to send the kids to go play, and many, many more. To find out about all of our homes, go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on our featured property, or call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You've been listening to Your Real Estate Voice. It airs every Saturday, 11 o'clock, just after Cudlow. And if you're thinking of making a move, call Barb at 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. And you can see replays of the show on Barb's YouTube channel, Barb Has the Buyers, or listen to the podcast on all the popular podcast platforms, Apple, iHeart, Spotify, many, many others. Thank you for listening. And to reach out to Barb, give her a call, 719-301-3900. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. And Barb, have a great week as well.
You have a great weekend too.